apologize if anybody else's Q&A does not have audio. I did not know what these mics were for. But anyway, welcome. Great job. It's a great film. It's very moving. It's dramatic and raw. It's gorgeous. Really well done. So yeah, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Beck Williams. I wrote, directed, and acted in Pace.
Woo!
And I'm Rainn Taylor. I'm the entire art department.
Yeah, so that means like Ray did props, set design, costumes,
graphic design.
yeah, all the stuff. He worked hard. He did great. So thank
truly
you.
Independent.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you probably get a little bit of the gist now. I would love to know like some of the creative origins. What you wrote. Yeah, so like where did some of the screenwriting and story come from?
Yeah, I'm going to try to use my theater voice as much as I can here. So, I mean, of course, I love boxing, so I do box. I love the idea of making a boxing film, but of course there's going to be, there's some, personal elements to it as well. And I think having, like, gone through a transition in a relationship and, just that evolution, sometimes it's an isolating experience, you know what I mean? Obviously when you have community, it's really lovely, and so that was kind of the other piece of it, is that friendship between the two, and kind of navigating a big choice when you're not sure how it affects the rest of your life. Yeah.
And then once you'd written it, what were the steps? Or actually, I want to start even with like the idea to make a short film, right?
Yeah.
And like to make this in general, like where did that come from?
Yeah, so I'm an actor, and what a lot of us actors are doing now is making our own work. But I just had this idea of the story, and I'm like, I want it to exist. So we actually do. I have a feature script. I'm in development for the feature right now, but I was like, I definitely want to make the short, and like, just if anything, at least the short can exist and the story can come alive.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was exciting it was an exciting process to do that, and it was so helpful to kind of start the story so that now we can really expand with the feature.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I want to applaud you too, because I was stunned when I saw the credits and realized that you were the lead and wrote it and directed, and that's so much to carry. So how did you like handle it all on set, and like how did you direct yourself in front of the camera and?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. Rehearsals were part of the process. Yeah. We didn't want to over-rehearse, but we just wanted at least to get a feel for what to expect. And then, I know both of these actors, so it was kind of like we already kind of had that chemistry, that trust. Yeah. And a lot of it came down to prep, honestly. Yeah. So working with our DP, Leo Behrens, who's amazing. There's prepping for a short film in general, and then there's like the extra prep of like, well, I will also be in front of the camera, so I want to make sure that we're we have everything is locked in, and we know what we're doing. He knows all the shots, everything as much as we can, so that when we're on set, it's less of like having to be like, well, what shot should we, or let me look at this. It's like, okay, we're really on the same page with that.
Yeah.
And then just having producers looking out for things, we just had a big good team, like looking out for everything. And
yeah, we had a lot of eyes on the monitors for you.
Yeah.
In case, and we weren't looking at your performance per se. We were just making sure there wasn't anything out of order in the background, or things weren't messing up. Just being an extra set of eyes for you.
Exactly. That was super helpful.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah.
Do you remember any specific direction, or not direction, but feedback that you got from people at the monitors that really helped?
Oh, this is shout out to our scripty, who's
was
amazing.
great.
Yeah, Kate, she's awesome. There was just this. It's like she's also also at this festival too with the film, and she has this. She's a director as well, and I think that's it kind of is a really interesting skill set to kind of have multiple roles that she's played on set. So she saw there was something with when we had the boxing ring at the end, when we were gonna go jump into the ring and do one more session together. and it was like, oh well, where are we gonna grab the gloves? And I'm trying to remember the specifics now because there was so much to it. But she's like, oh
Yeah.
Beck, if you have this here, like this, it's not gonna cut well. If da da da. And I was like, I wish I could remember exactly what it was. It was brilliant. And I was
Yeah.
like, thank you so much. Like, yeah, scripties are, man,
She was great.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I think that's also a testament to your collaborative skills too, to like be able to draw in everyone's inputs. That's great.
Yeah, I love the collaboration
Yeah.
of all of it.
Well, how did it work on set, like with your team and everything? Like, what did set look like?
It was a lot because we only had 3 days to shoot.
Okay.
You know, so it was, but we were prepared. And obviously, you know, with film, on set, you're always gonna run into things where you're like, oh, well, now we gotta fix that, you know,
Yeah.
figure that out. I will say, like, the boxing part was really fun, though.
The boxing part was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a really good group of people. We only had the boxing ring, like, for a pre-light, and then when they were closed, we were working around their schedule. And so we had to get in there when, and dress everything. We had to like move, like, me and one PA were like moving all of their stuff around after they closed,
Gym
and
equipment.
then moving all their stuff
Yeah.
back. So when they open again, they can find it again. We had to move the ring.
Oh my gosh, we had to get everybody
We
to
had to
push
move-
that
yeah,
ring.
Everyone had
into
to push the
yeah,
ring
that's right.
because the way that the lighting was, we like there was only one spot we could put that spotlight overhead, and it wasn't where the ring originally was. So we had to rig that and then push the ring over underneath it.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
lot.
But I mean, it was a good crew, and like
Yeah.
it was chill on set. Like people were having a good time, but they also knew like we got to get in there and like do our best.
Yeah.
And they did.
And I think the fun part was this happened one time where we got ahead of schedule, and that never
Yeah.
happens. We were
Yeah.
like, oh my god, we have time to
Yeah.
do more. And that was all because the boxing was going so fast, because we trained for it. So we're like, oh, let's just, okay, great, we can throw in another lens, let's try this. We were kind of like talking back and forth about, oh, what else do we want to do, Leo and I were. So yeah, it was, that was really fun.
Cool. What's your experience with boxing?
Oh yeah, I love it, but I'm like a casual boxer. I don't like I train hard, but I don't really want to go out and compete. I just spar, and you know, I'm careful about it. But yeah, I actually do train at Forge now,
Cool.
which is so funny.
After the shoot.
After the shoot,
Okay, cool.
yeah. I went there a couple times, like in pre-production for some classes, but I just love them there. And then my coach she's a pro boxer there, and she's amazing. So. it's a good little family over there. But I don't know, I've been boxing, I started with like traditional karate, so that was like my background for like 20 years, and then kind of got more into boxing probably like 7 or so years, 8 years ago, something like that.
That's very cool.
Thanks.
And I'd love to. This film's been on a bit of a journey, right? Like it's taken you lots of places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where have you gotten to go?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. We've been, like, just the last few months, we were in New York, we went to Cleveland International, and we recently, I got back from Cannes Film Festival.
Cool.
So yeah, so that was part of the American Pavilion
Yeah.
showcase there. Thank you. Yeah, so that was a wild experience.
How was it?
Really cool,
Yeah.
really awesome. A lot of really wonderful people, and I think what's fun is even though it's such a big, everyone's like, it's very overwhelming, and that's true, but you meet people that they're so passionate and excited to talk to each other about
Yeah.
film, and it was a really, really lovely experience.
That's cool. So has this been opening doors?
Yeah, the film.
Yeah, the film, like metaphorical doors. Like,
Yeah, definitely, which is great. People have been really excited about
Yeah,
it,
that's awesome.
and been getting some meetings, especially going for the feature now.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice.
Cool. Is there anything you can share with us about like what your hopes are with the feature, or like next steps, or if there are ways for people to help?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, I really hope the feature can. I mean, we gotta make it first, but I'm really hoping it can reach a wide audience. Right now, I guess. I don't know. Tell people about the short and talk about it, because you never know. We are building our team right now, so if there's anyone that anyone knows, it's like a producer. We're looking at producers especially. So yeah, just open to recommendations and keep building our team,
Cool.
keep developing. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to open it up to the audience now. Do we have any questions? Yes.
So, first of all, congrats on the film, obviously, and the screening. I have a few lovely trans people in my life who this makes me think of. One of my best friends is someone who I used to be in a 4-year relationship with, who I was with during the early stages of their transition. So it was interesting seeing this. I was kind of in, like, that girlfriend's role. We were fine. We didn't have that happen. But, and then also, like, my sister has been transitioning, and, like, seeing that, and I'm from Indiana, so you know how that's going, you know what the stresses are like. All that to say, it's really cool as a cis person seeing this and like feeling maybe some glimpse into like what's going on in your mind, and I'm just curious what you would like the cis viewers of this film to get from it. Like, is there anything you hope to communicate like towards allyship in this film?
Oh wow, that's such a great question. That's a great question, and thank you for saying all that. And I think when it comes to like trans stories, you know, being able to have just a very human story that is not, I mean, yes, it's about the transition, but it's just like, it's, my hope is to draw people into that world, I guess, especially if they haven't had experiences around that and what it's like and what dysphoria is like, right? What it's like to kind of need to take certain steps for yourself to change. And so I think it's, yeah, I think I just would love for people to see the humanity in it. Yeah, the humanity in it. And this, not just the struggle, but the joy too, like with the friendship, you know, and to kind of understand that like it's a, like we said like a few times in the film, it's a process, you know, so it's like not everybody. And there's so much going on with, there's always a barrier, I think, for people to be able to take steps in their transition. I mean, that can be anything. It could be like financial or geographical, right? So, but those people are still just as valid, just anywhere in their journey, I want them to feel valid and for people to support them.
Very cool. Yes.
Yeah, how was it acting? So like, with a lot of the experiences, I'm assuming you've had to like revisit to some point. Was there more prep with those hard moments, or was it like, I've been through this, I can just kind of like let whatever happen in terms of like the bathroom scene for one? I feel like
Yeah, good question. Oh man, it was actually kind of tough. It's like, especially because a lot had changed in my life by the time we were filming from when I had written it, that it's almost like, oh God, I really don't want to revisit this, to be honest. But like, I also want to tell the story. So I think it was tough, but you just have to, I mean, but like, you know, that's acting, I think, is going there, you know, we always have to go to hard places, or not always, but a lot of times we have to go to hard places or be vulnerable, and so, yeah, I wanted to commit to doing that. But it is tough, and it is interesting because I was no longer in that place when I was filming it. A lot had changed, so it's like, I was like, why did I put myself in this situation a little bit? But no, glad I did it. The bathroom scene, yeah, that's a tough one for sure. And it's also interesting because even though it was a lot of my own experience too, there's something about stepping into it like in a different story that kind of gave me freedom, I think, to explore that as Remy and not just as me, you know, Remy's own story. Yeah, no, that's such a good question. Yeah, this is a challenge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we have time for one more.
I'm curious, I mean, acting and writing and directing, I'm imagining you had so much vision of what you wanted it to end up being, but did anything surprise you or change in the edit or the post process?
Definitely, because, yeah, I absolutely have a strong vision, and it definitely came through, and I'm happy about that, and because I think our whole team had the same kind, we all kind of like, really gelled on that, I guess, you know, we like, everybody was like, yeah, we all had this like, but that said, film is so collaborative, and so I was always very excited because I had such amazing people to work with. I was always really excited when someone would bring something up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's great. Like, you know, so yes, Leo had a lot of amazing ideas for shots. I feel like when we talked about it ahead of time, when we did all of our prep, I like to say we had like a hive mind, because it was just this easy communication of like, where we're like, what about this, what about that, bouncing ideas off each other. And then our editor's great. Joe Siebert's wonderful. This is the first time that I saw a rough cut of an edit before I'd either edited or like been in the room the entire time for something. So it's the first time he's like, let me take a pass at it first. And then he had some really wonderful ideas on a couple of things, like the montage. It was really hard to show a passage of time because we had to cut things before even shooting. So he had some really wonderful ideas about how to kind of transition into that montage and the training montage and a bunch of other things too that I could list. But it's always so exciting to see everybody's input, and it just makes it better. I love the collaborative process of it.
Well, it turned out great. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
bringing
much.
it here. You've also won an award.
Oh,
It is the Grand Jury Award for Best Short Film in the Drama category.
oh my God!